What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Wes, and welcome back to Backcourt Bytes. The NBA gave us chaos once again, villains talking spicy, champ steamrolling, a 149-142 game, fines flying from around the league, and a team that's low-key thriving without their star. So grab a snack, drop a like if you're watching on the couch right now, and let's jump right into it. All right, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but we're going to cover this again. We got to start with the favorite rival, Dylan Brooks versus LeBron James. Dylan Brooks just put on a full WWE performance in a regular season game, dropping 33 points, wins against the Lakers. Then he hits LeBron with his own shoulder shrug. Say that 5 times fast. Celebration after a big dunk. And if that wasn't enough, he goes on the mic afterward and basically says, "I don't bow down to the king." If you're new to this beef, Dylan Brooks has been poking at LeBron for years. Back at Memphis, he talked trash in the playoffs, got ejected, called LeBron old, and then the Grizzlies got sent home. Everybody clowned him. People thought the Dylan versus LeBron era was over. Fast forward now, he's in Phoenix, different jersey, same energy, and because it's LeBron, every tiny interaction becomes a 24 hours news cycle. Let's break down what happened. Brooks is on fire this game. He's hitting threes. He's talking. He's being physical defensively. He gets a runaway, takes off for the dunk. As he lands, he gives that shoulder shrug, LeBron's shoulder shrug. You know, the one we've seen a million times when LeBron hits something ridiculous and the whole arena loses it. And the arena reacts. You can literally feel the broadcast change. Twitter immediately reacts. And then late in the game, LeBron has his own moment. He makes a play, gestures back at Brooks, kind of that "I'm still him" vibe. So now you've got this mini back and forth layered on top of years of history and the memes out of control. People are photoshopping Brooks as the league's final boss, LeBron as Thanos, and all of that. Here's my take. Dylan Brooks is good for the NBA. We need villains. We need guys who don't treat LeBron like a museum piece. Is he corny sometimes? Yeah. Has he crossed the line? Occasionally. But from a pure entertainment standpoint, this dude is a content factory. And deep down, LeBron loves this. He played long enough to see himself become the final exam. Guys like Brooks make the regular season feel personal. Let me know in the comments, is Dylan Brooks a legit NBA villain that we should appreciate, or just a clout chaser who got lucky with a hot shooting night? I want to see where you guys land on this. I know I hated watching that Netflix special that made Dylan Brooks look nice, because as a Warriors fan, I do not like Dylan Brooks, but I like seeing him as the villain. Let me know what you guys think. And while Dylan is out here farming booze and views, another team is quietly stacking wins, and they look almost unstoppable. Let's talk about the reigning champs. The Thunder just rolled into Chase Center and handled the Warriors to move to 21-1 on the season. Read that again, 21-1. SGA drops 38. Jalen Williams gives you that steady secondary scoring. Chet is everywhere defensively. The whole thing feels just like a routine at this point. And this isn't Cinderella story anymore. Last year's title run was, are they really this good? This year, it's, oh no, they're going full Warriors Spurs dynasty run season. Meanwhile, Golden State looks old. And I hate to say it as a Warriors fan, but no Steph in this one, and you can just feel it. The pace, the shot creation, the fear factor, it's just not there when he's out. What stood out to me is Shea's effortless 38 points that feel not forced. He gets to his spots, and you know what he's doing, but you still can't stop him. He's at the level now where 30 is the new 20. Like, he's just going to get it every game. The way that the Thunder hunt mismatches, they're not just running cute sets. They're targeting your weakest guy and making him live in hell. If the Warriors throw out a small lineup, OKC just relentlessly goes at the weak link. And Chet is just a cheat code. The stats are nice, but his impact is bigger than the box score. Rim protection, spacing on offense, passing, mobility. He's basically what the Warriors wanted James Wiseman to be. Big picture, if we're being honest right now, Thunder look like the team you pick in 2K when you want to make your friend quit. They're deep, they're young, they've already won at the highest level, and they started this year looking bored by regular competition. The scary part, they still have improvement they can do. Shea and J-Dub are still in their mid-20s. Chet hasn't even hit full-grown man strength yet. Serious question for you guys. If the playoffs started today, who are you taking in a 7-game series against this Thunder team? If anybody. Drop your answer and your number of games it would go in the comments. Now, speaking of unstoppable, there was one game last night that looked less like NBA basketball and more like someone accidentally set the sliders all the way up to rookie. Timberwolves versus Pelicans gave us a 149-142 overtime game. That's G League score. A 2K score. Somebody forgot to unplug the controller score. Ant drops 44, including 34 in the second half and overtime. Rudy Gobert casually gives you 26, going 9 from 10 from the field, and Trey Murphy goes off for 33 and 15. This game was pure, irresponsible offense, but in the best way. The Wolves have quietly built one of the weirdest rosters in the league. Double bigs, scoring guards, a rising superstar who thinks he's Michael Jordan's descendant. The Pelicans are, as always, somewhere between sleeper and what on earth is this team doing. So of course, when they meet, we get chaos. Let's talk about Ant first. He's thought he's stat Let's talk about Ant first. He starts off fine. And then in the second half, he just hits this mode where every drive looks like he could dunk it. Every jumper looks like a heat check, and you can feel the defense getting scared. He's hitting sidestep threes, attacking mismatches, yelling at the crowd. This version of Ant is the future face of the league written all over it. Gobert deserves a shout out too. 26 on 9 of 10, living at the rim, running pick and rolls like it's 2015 again. You can joke about his offense all you want, but when he's finishing like this and anchoring the defense, you start seeing why the Wolves wanted to get him. And then there's Trey Murphy, 33 and 15 in a loss, just calmly frying people from three, cutting, rebounding. Pelican fans are sitting there like, can we please get this dude some help before we waste another year? For me, this is officially in the game of the year conversation. Not because it was the cleanest basketball. We saw some truly disgusting defense at times, but it was just fun. The league is an entertainment product, and this game was just like a sugar rush to me. But here's the spicy part. If Ant keeps stacking these kinds of performances, I think we're a year or two away from seriously talking about him in that top 5 in the world tier. He has the numbers, he has the swagger, and he has the playoff moments. The only thing left is just consistency. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Where do you rank Anthony Edwards right now among shooting guards or wings in the league? Top 3, top 5, or do you still want to see more from him? Of course, not everything from last night was fun. While the stars were going off, the league office was busy handing out an expensive slap on the wrist. So, the NBA just fined the 76ers $100,000 for listing Joel as out against the Hawks and then playing him. On paper, team misreported injury, league punishes them, story over. In reality, this is a huge integrity of the game issue, especially now that the NBA has sports betting. The league has been trying to crack down on load management, fake injuries, all that stuff that makes fans show up, buy tickets, and then find out the star isn't playing. Now add gambling into the mix. People are betting on lines that move based on who's playing and who's not. So when a team says Embiid is out and then he plays, it's not just annoying. That's potentially millions of dollars shifting hands. The official line from the NBA is that the Sixers provided inaccurate injury reporting. They're basically saying you knew he might play, you just didn't list it properly. Here's your fine. But let's talk about that $100,000 number. For an NBA franchise, that's nothing. That's like one courtside row's worth of ticket sales. It's the financial equivalent of a warning label. If you're a front office executive and you think playing your star could swing a playoff seeding, home court, or even just keep fans happy, are you scared of 100,000? Probably not. That's where this debate is. Is this real enforcement or just PR? Other leagues have been absolutely hammered over gambling controversies, and the NBA cannot afford the perception that injury reports are just vibes. Honestly, I think if the league is serious, you start hitting teams with things they actually care about, like losses of second round picks or larger escalating fines for repeat offending teams, maybe even suspensions for team staff if it's clearly intentional. Because right now it feels like Adam Silver walked in and was like, bad Sixers. Anyway, see you at the in-season tournament. So I want to hear from you guys. If you're running the NBA, what do you think the punishment should be for teams that lie on these injury reports? Bigger fines, picks, something else? Drop your commissioner brain in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Now, from a team getting punished for having their star play to a team that just keeps winning while their star sits, we head to San Antonio. Now, down in San Antonio, something really interesting is happening. Apparently, the Spurs are now 6-2 without Victor Wembanyama, who's still out with that strained calf. And in their latest win, they beat the Grizzlies 126-119 behind 31 from Harrison Barnes and 29 from De'Aaron Fox. And naturally, the takes are flying. Are the Spurs better without Wemby? Absolutely not. Let's pump the brakes on that, but also let's talk about why they look so good. Whenever a young star goes down, you learn what the actual structure of the team looks like. Do they crumble because everything depended on that one guy, or does the system hold up? In this case, Fox has basically taken the keys of the offense and he's doing what he does best: attacking downhill, running the pick and roll, closing games. Barnes is playing that veteran Swiss Army knife role, spacing the floor, posting mismatches, doing all the dirty work that doesn't trend on Twitter because it doesn't look fancy, but it wins basketball games. Here's what I see with the Spurs right now: the pace and spacing are cleaner without Wemby. I know he's a giant gravitational hub, but the offense looks more traditional. Fox can just spam pick and roll, read the defense, and either score or kick it to a shooter. There's role clarity for these vets. Barnes knows exactly what he's doing. Be the adult in the room, hit threes, attack mismatches. That stability is huge for these young guys around him. And the defensive identity is forming. They're not locking anyone down, but you can see the outline. Fox harassing at the point, length on the wings, disciplined rotations, and they're just locked in. Now, about that better without Wemby nonsense, absolutely not. Victor Wembanyama is still the franchise-altering piece here, but what this does prove is that when he comes back healthy, he's stepping into a more organized situation. There's a real guard to close games, real veteran support, and a template for what winning basketball looks like. If anything, this run should scare the rest of the league because the Spurs are learning how to win without their cheat code, and eventually they're going to plug the cheat code back in. Book this: if Fox and Wemby stay healthy together this season, we're talking about the Spurs as a legit top four West threat. Maybe not title favorites yet, but absolutely in that no one wants to see them in the first round category. Hit me up in the comments. What is the ideal version of this Spurs team in 2 years? Is it Fox as the closer and Wemby as the ultimate two-way weapon? Do you flip anyone? Do you add another star? I want to hear your fake trade scenarios and let me know what you guys think. All right, on to gambling. Our pick from yesterday was Miles McBride over 2.5 3-pointers. I told you guys to be careful of that Tyrese Maxey under, and he ended up with 35, so it was a good thing we didn't play that. Miles McBride goes over his 2.5 threes, so that's 2 and 2 now for this season as we started using this algorithm. So I'd be interested to see how we keep doing. Let's get on to the next pick. And I forgot, as recording this, it is actually nighttime. The games have already started, so the FanDuel props are not popping up. So we will not have a best play today. I think tomorrow we're going to actually start doing a ladder challenge as well. So tune in for that. Anyways, this is going to do it for today's episode of Backcourt Bytes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you drop a like, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. It really helps me out. I appreciate you guys. If you made it all the way to the end, type NBA Chaos in the comments so I know you're a part of the real ones. I'm Wes. This is Backcourt Bytes. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.